Hello everyone. Thanks for coming in for this webinar. I hope all of you can see my screen. Please let me know if you are not able to hear the voice clearly, or if you're not able to see the PowerPoint presentation that is open to you. I will wait for 10 to 20 seconds so that just ensure that you are able to hear my voice and able to see the PowerPoint slide with the instructions available to you. You can ping our organizers in case you're not able to hear the voice or PowerPoint. Just let me know. Okay, I'm seeing people are able to see the screen. So anybody else is having a problem, please ping right away so that we can make the changes. Okay, so let's start the whole session. Just let me know if you guys are still able to see the whole application. We'll start. Hey, Vijay? Yeah, I'm muted now. All right, so everyone from different areas, welcome to the Instant Learning Technologies Big Data Bootcamp. You can see the screen clearly. I'll just go through the guidelines for smooth conduct. Any one of you who joins the meeting, you'll be on mute. Please share your first name, last name, number, and email details so that our counselors can get in touch with you or help you with any of the problems that come. If you have any question at any point in time during the session, please ping myself, the instructor, or raise a virtual hand, or you can also get in touch with our organizers. They will help you with any of the problems that you have. Post the demo, I will conduct a Q&A session, seeing on the load. There's also an FAQ session that will help you answer most of the questions. And if you have any specific doubts, I can address it. And last but not the least, if you have any questions concerning big data, job opportunities, or training details, we are more than happy to help you resolve your queries, and you will have all our contact details and our organizers available to help you with that. With that, all right, so let's start with the whole objective. I'm sure most of you have heard about the big data terminology and the hype that it's creating in the market, and lots of stuff happening. And usually whenever a new technology comes into marketplace, there's a usual hype. So the big question is, for big data, is what is this demo all about? So the objective of this demo is basically to connect the dots to help you guys understand what is the, the probable cause of the rise of big data and how this is changing the whole IT trend in 2013 and post-2013, and how to facilitate employability and retention capability for consultants and companies. So instant learning technologies here is to help connect the dots and bridge the gap for both people who are trying to look for jobs and for people consulting companies that are looking to hire big data consultants. Now, our second objective is to empower you guys who are potential big data consultants or Hadoopers, and you guys may be from diverse backgrounds, like you might be graduates or IT professionals or administrators or pre-sales professionals, or you may be somebody from a non-technical background, but you want to make it big in IT and you want to ride the wave on big data, or maybe you want to future-proof your skill sets, or maybe you want to increase your value proposition in this ever disruptive technology spectrum. our objective is to help you understand the whole big data from market trends, from employability perspective, how this skill is going to be the big skill for the next 5 to 10 years, and how you can take advantage of it. Moving on, the core values for ILT. We are subject matter experts. We have end-to-end support. We do training, learning and development. We have done hands-on implementation project. So we do certification assistance and also support people on job. And this is, in areas related to big data, Hadoop, and different kinds of things. Just to add, I will be going in depth into what is big data, what is Hadoop, what is the whole ecosystem about. So,
Hello.
just ping me in case you guys have doubt. Yes.
Hi, Raj. Hi, Raj. This is Kumar. I'm not able to see anything on the screen, so we are still on the landing page. Can we move to the first slide?
Now?
Not even now.
Okay, just give me
It's still on the welcome page.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Can you guys see now, or can you see?
Yes, now it looks better. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quick test drive. Can you see now? Yeah, are you able to see the slides moving? Can you confirm?
Yes, Raj, it's good. You can go ahead.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for letting me know. Okay, just to repeat for guys who have not been able to see this slide, the whole objective is to connect the dots, help you guys travel through the maze of big data. Making a break in IT or sustaining the break or flourishing in IT has always been a tricky subject. IT has always been prone to the trends that come in. Maybe it started off with C, C++, Java, SAP, Oracle, etc. Now is the turn of big data, and we don't want to miss the big wave. You can compare this to the gold rush, okay? So big data is a technology that is inbound, so that's our objective. We will help you bridge the gap with your skill sets, help you find, employment opportunities, and we do it both ways. I mean, it's a 360-degree turn. We help both consultants and companies. Core values, yes, I'm just repeating it for guys who might not have been able to see this, is that we are subject matter experts and we do end-to-end support, be it training, be it learning and development, be it helping you with hands-on implementation project in Hadoop, certification assistance, and job support. All questions, whatever questions you have, please wait for the demo to end, and I will answer each and every question, and we have FAQ sections that will clarify most of the doubts that you might be having. Finally, our team, we are a team of 5 professionals with a total of combined aggregate of 30+ years of experience. We've been into design, development, consulting, training, and it's not just big data. We have worked on heterogeneous platforms, be it ERP, CRM, open source, mobile applications, cloud computing. We also have consulting experience with Fortune 500 companies. Any of the details that you want, our organizers and counselors will be more than happy to share with you. But for the purpose of the demo, I'll be moving on to the next slide. All right. So once again, welcome all those who have joined late. This is a whole agenda. So if you can see the agenda, the rise of big data. This is what we're going to be covering. Big data meeting Hadoop. What's Hadoop got to do with big data? Then we'll talk about the overall architecture of Hadoop and how it makes things different from what we have seen so far. Then we talk about big data industry-wide adoption rates. What are the current markets and what is the big impact that Hadoop, big data, and the whole ecosystem is making on the current marketing trends and how you can make the most out of it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the various ways, in which you can get into the big data market, be it developer, be it administrator. You might be a pre-sales guy who wants to sell projects on big data, or you might be somebody who's from an SAP background or an Oracle background or Java background, and you want to move into the next big thing. So where can you come in and, where can you make your money in big data? We'll talk about all that roadmap and trends. And again, once again, in case you have any other questions, please save it for the Q&A, and I will be more than happy to talk about it. Then we'll talk about the whole ILT training program and how you can enroll, and then we'll talk about the whole Q&A. Okay, so here we go. So I hope all of you are set. Let's get ready for the big ride on big data. All right, so I hope all of you can see the screen. The screen is a collage of a lot of widgets. We'll talk about it. We'll be spending some time here, and let's see about it. So what is, the big question on everybody's mind is, what is big data all about? I mean, we talk about big data. Maybe you guys heard about big data. Most of you are probably in this demo, and you rush back from your offices and to just attend this demo and find out exactly what is big data. So big data is it's not a new concept. It's just the way we handle big data that has become new. So let me talk through some of the things that happen in real world, and then we'll characterize what big data is. For example, in Facebook, every month, you have like close to 600 million users, and there are 30 billion pieces of content data that are added. If you look at Zynga as a company processes 1 petabyte of content for players every day, and this volume of data is unmatched in social gaming industry. If you talk about YouTube, all of us are aware of YouTube. There are more than 2 billion videos that are being watched in YouTube. That's considerable data. And you talk about Twitter, there are 30 billion searches on Twitter. All this data, the social networking data, or the data generated by automation machines, or the data generated by your interactions or signal processing, this is huge. And the current systems are not able to handle or process this kind of data. If you look at some other stats, right, the whole worldwide internet traffic has increased by 4 times. It will increase by 4 times by 2015. By 2015, there will be already 3 billion people who will be online and pushing data and probably sharing data close to a scale of 8 zettabytes. So what is big data? We all know what is data. Data could be your documents, data could be your photographs, data could be your media files. But why is our data normal data, and how is it different from big data? The characteristic of big data is, it has 3 attributes. Anything that you can characterize as big data would have volume. That means huge volume of data. Think about the kind of volume of data that comes on Facebook or that comes on YouTube, or think about the number of tweets that happen on Twitter probably every second. That's huge amount of data. So if you have data that has large volume, that is one attribute of big data. And it's not only about volume. If the velocity or the rate at which this data, the humongous amount of data that powers into your system, if it goes into petabytes and zettabytes, then you can say, all right, I need the second characteristic of big data. And third one, and it's a pretty tricky one, is it's not just about the volume of data and the velocity of data, but the variety of data. Imagine a situation where you have data that is photographs, or you have data that is your music files, or you have data that is, some videos or audiographs, or you have some documents. Typically, if guys who come from Oracle background or database background, we create a table and we have columns on a table, but we tell the column, this column can hold only integer values or string values. But imagine for a big data developer or scientist, you never know what kind of data is coming in. It may be a document, it could be a PDF, it could be an Excel, it could be, media file, it could be anything. So if data comes in huge, humongous volumes, data comes rapid at you, and data comes in a wide variety, then you as a consultant or you as a company, you are dealing with the challenge of big data. So these are the characteristics of big data. And just to put an interesting trend, it's not just Google or Facebook or Yahoo or Amazon, the big companies who are dealing with big data. Even small and medium enterprises nowadays have to handle big data. So it's not just that you'll get opportunities with the big companies, but every company, big or small, has to grapple with big data. So they are dealing with data which has volume, they are dealing with data which has velocity, and they are dealing with data which has variety, and they need a technology. They need a tool set. They need an ecosystem that can handle these three varied characteristics. And that's where we talk about Hadoop and rest of the stuff. All right, now moving on. Okay, another slide, the whole landscape of big data. So some very interesting points. You guys might be surprised, and most of you might even know this, but just some food for thought. Can you guys believe that 92%, almost like 92% of all the world's digital data has been generated in the last 2 years? This is an IBM research. IBM Global Research has come up that the 92% of all the data in the world today, all the digital data in the world, was generated in the last 2 years. Now that's some volume. We're talking about big data. There are more than 1.4 billion consumers who are spending 22% of their time online. That's like a quarter of your time. Now you can understand where this data is getting generated from. That's the source. The top 5 video streaming websites are YouTube, Vimeo.com, Metacave.com, Hulu.com. They have billions of videos, so you can understand how much data is coming. A video obviously has more size than normal data, so you can understand that. One of the major sources that generates big data or that accelerated big data is the penetration of smartphones. More than laptops and computers, all of us in our generation today, we are using smartphones to interact with virtual world, and that is one of the primary pieces that generates or that is one of the accelerators for generation of big data. And the more number of smartphones get adopted by continents, like not just North America and Europe, maybe Asia Pacific, Africa, you will see more and more big data coming in, and companies need to capture that. They want their customers, or they want to target their end groups, and they need to handle the data coming via these kind of sources. 120 million people in US own smartphones, and that is from 30 million last year. So you can understand, the penetration of smartphones has increased by 4 times. And some other statistics that you can see on the slide. The whole gist or the bang for your buck here is big data is going to stay, and big data is going to be here. It is a cycle that has been set in by multiple factors that we just talked about. And whether you're a social networking site, whether you are a corporate company, whether you could be an e-commerce major like Walmart or Target, or you could be anybody, you will have to grapple with the problem of big data. That's where the technology and that's where the opportunities for big data will come for you. All right, so moving on to the next slide. We were just talking for 5-10 minutes, but just to put some stats around, in a minute, can you guys imagine, just 1 minute, there would be close to 98,000 tweets that are getting generated. In a minute, there will be 6,95,000 status updates that are going to be happening. In a minute, there will be 11 million instant messages that will be generated. In a minute, there are 7 lakh Google searches being performed, close to 170 emails being sent, close to 2,000 terabytes of data being created. Just an example, suppose we were the guys responsible for storing all this kind of data. Every minute you would require 2,000 hard disks, 1 TB hard disk every minute to store this kind of data. Can you imagine how many hard disks or passports of 1 TB capacity you need in a day? That's like 86,400, probably more than that. So that's the volume, variety, and velocity of data getting generated. And again, these are stats that we have pulled up from Gartner reports. This is what is happening, and we need to grapple with it. And companies who don't understand big data or who don't capture this wave, or individuals, who do not understand what big data is, what this volume velocity is, are going to miss out on very important technology trend. And this whole demo is to help you guys understand what is happening in today's world. Moving on. All right. So we talked about big data, the characteristics of big data. We just looked at a snapshot, what happens in a minute in real world. Now, okay, that's big data. What about Hadoop? Hadoop is a technology, that started off, as you can see on my slide, that started off, this is a whole historical timestamp of Hadoop. Big data was earlier being handled by, what vendors or people used to do was buy more and more servers. That was, a scale-up strategy, and people would pay more and more paychecks to add to their infrastructure capability. But no matter how much you add your infrastructure capability, looking at the deluge and the volume of data that's coming in, that was not enough. Somebody had to do differently. That's where Google came into picture. Google, as we all know, is a world, famous company, a lot of page rank algorithms and all. They were one of the first companies to actually grapple with the problem of big data, and their internal team started off with two technologies, that is the Google file system and the Google MapReduce algorithm, that helped Google grapple with the problem of big data. At the same time, around 2002, 2003, there were two individuals, Doug Cutting and Mike Caprella, who were actually working on an open source search engine implementation using Nudge. They were also grappling with the problem of how to handle big data. Because, guys, get this straight. Gone are the days where you could have one massive, heavily powerful CPU that would do all the job for you. It is no more a single CPU processing world. And when Doug and Mike were working on how to make the search results come faster, they actually hit the technology limitation of how much they can achieve using a single CPU processor or a single server mechanism. And coincidentally, Google released its papers on Google file system and MapReduce, where Google's strategy was, rather than investing or putting all your eggs in one basket on one single massive server or a cluster of massive servers, they scaled out using commodity hardware or using commodity CPUs. Doug and Mike, actually were very thankful for Google releasing that, and that's when they started adding support for, implementation of Google file system, which we today know as HDFS, or Hadoop Distributed File System, and the MapReduce algorithm to support Nudge. As time went along, in 2006, Yahoo hired Cutting to actually implement Hadoop solution. Again, Yahoo started grappling with big data problems, and they needed a technology or an ecosystem that could handle this problem. And Cutting named his project Hadoop. Just to, an interesting fact, Hadoop was the pet name of Cutting's son. It's a baby elephant toy, stuffed toy, and Cutting's son named it Hadoop, and Cutting came up with, the same name for the technology. That's why you see that elephant, yellow elephant, as the icon or the brand logo for Hadoop. So Yahoo actually was one of the first companies to implement Hadoop on big scale, and that's where other companies started picking up. Facebook started implementing Hadoop. Then Cloudera started in, Doug Cutting joined Cloudera, and other companies are now in the forefront of implementing Hadoop. Now, this is the timeline. So started way back in 2002. As usual with technology, if you notice something, and especially to the experienced folks out there who've been there in this industry for a decade or something, you notice it all stacks up. Usually for technology to make it to cutting edge, usually the time period is 10 years. Some elite companies or companies who are working at the front end of cutting edge, they start implementing it, and by the time the mass adoption happens, the usual time period is 10 years. If you see from where it started off from in 2002, it's almost 2013, 11 years, but now there is mass market adoption of Hadoop as an ecosystem. That is your tool set to handle the problem of big data. We are all very lucky people in the sense we were not there with the pioneers who actually grappled with all the technology challenges, did a huge amount of work, and stabilized the product. Today, in 2013, Hadoop as an ecosystem is an open source project. Anybody can download it. There are various ways, people can install Hadoop. We'll talk more about it later. As a developer or as an admin or even as a pre-sales guy, the APIs, the applicable programming interface of Hadoop are so transparent and seamless that you do not have to worry about nodes, clusters, replications and all. The whole technology API takes care of this, and we'll talk more in detail. So that was the history of Hadoop and how Hadoop became one of the, and I won't be wrong if I say this, but the only technology in today's world that can handle the whole problem of big data. All right, moving on. Please save your questions. If you have any questions towards the end of the demo, I'll take it up. Just probably make a note of your questions, and whatever we are talking, if you have any questions, I'll be stopping at the end of the demo. Moving on. All right. So what you see now is the whole Apache Hadoop ecosystem. I'll quickly walk you through. You see a lot of icons. This looks like probably a kindergarten slide. I'm sure a lot of people would be wondering, why am I seeing this funny creatures like a yellow elephant or a pig in overall, or why does the guy look like a zookeeper out there? What is this honeybee kind of thing here, and stuff like that, and what is this mahout and all. Interestingly, because the whole Hadoop thing, as we talked, Doug actually named the whole Hadoop technology on the stuff toy. Every other collaborating component in Hadoop has a code name, and to make it simpler, we are seeing the various logos and brand icons. All right, we'll spend some considerable time here, and again, once again, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'd be more than happy to answer it towards the end of the demo. So if you guys take a good look, okay, the base of the whole Hadoop ecosystem is HDFS, the Hadoop Distributed File System. Typically, when you have a file system, the file system is on a single computer. You have all your folders on a single operating system node and stuff like that. Okay, so the whole Hadoop distributed file system, which is the core underlying base of Hadoop, what it does is it helps you distribute your files over multiple clusters and nodes. That's where we take advantage of the distributed computing model or the scale-out model. So what we do is, instead of companies or developers investing in one massive server or single CPU based mechanism like typically our laptops or computers, what we do is we actually buy commodity hardware. Our companies invest in cheap commodity hardware rather than going to the IBMs and the Oracles of the world. They purchase it on the shelf. Okay, they connect via the networking, and they use that cluster for actually distributing the file system. Hadoop Distributed File System API helps you distribute your data on clusters. The exact technical term is called node. We have master node, and then we have slave nodes. We'll talk more in depth as we go along, probably in the next sessions while you guys join. So all you have to remember right now is Hadoop Distributed File System is the core heart of the Hadoop ecosystem. Next, what you see is the MapReduce algorithm. This is actually what runs Hadoop. Actually, HDFS as a component and MapReduce as a component, these are two complementary components. MapReduce is an algorithm. What it does is it takes all your data processing jobs, okay, maps it to various nodes or clusters as we discussed, and reduces the data task. As a developer, You don't have to implement the internal algorithms. All you have to do is take the API, you'll be implementing something called as the mapper functionality and the reducer functionality. We'll go more in depth about it. But all you have to remember for the purpose of the demo right now is it is an algorithm. It is based on Google's MapReduce algorithm. It will help you map your data job or processing job to multiple CPUs and reduce the workload. And once it is distributed to the commodity hardware, it will help you collate it and combine and show you the aggregated result. Again, I just want to add an interesting point here. If somebody has a question, but I'm telling you right away, Hadoop is not a technology which is based on a single programming language like just Java or just C++. Hadoop is an ecosystem. So if you're a Java developer, you have a component in Hadoop ecosystem where you can work on. If you want to leverage your scripting skills, or if you want to leverage your SQL querying skills, or if you want to implement machine learning algorithms, you can all do that. Okay, but all you have to remember is the base programming happens using Java. Just in case you don't have to be a Java guru to crack Hadoop ecosystem. You just have to know little basics, object-oriented programming, how do you execute methods and all. I'll be open to questions and I'll answer that question more in detail. For the sake of keeping in pace with the time, I'll be moving on. So just to sum it up, the whole core of the Hadoop ecosystem is Hadoop distributed file system and the MapReduce algorithm. Now, the whole ecosystem is embedded with a lot of other components that help you achieve many other functionalities. For example, while the distributed file system distributes it to multiple nodes and MapReduce algorithm is actually helping you run the jobs, you need coordination between these nodes. That's where the Zookeeper package of Hadoop comes in. Basically, it helps in coordination between the data nodes, clusters, workflow execution and all. As a part of our curriculum, when I talk about curriculum, we'll go more deeper into it. If you want to do any kind of workflow management, you can always use Uzi. If you want, if you are an admin and you want to do some scripting, understand some basic, what do you call, run some admin jobs and all, Pig is the technology or component that helps you achieve scripting. Now, automated machine learning you can achieve through Mahout. Again, these are all Apache projects. If you want to collect statistics and analytics data, you have R connectors. If you want to run SQL queries and all, the technology is Hive. If you want to, use column storage, NoSQL paradigm, you have a technology called HBase. If you want to collect all the logs, it's a big enterprise, so logging is an important activity. There's a technology called Flume. The most important one is, today's world, no technology lives in a silo. All technologies have to interact with other technology bases. So you might be receiving your data from SAP, you might be receiving your data from Facebook APIs, or you might be receiving or exchanging data with a huge legacy system. Scoop, Apache Scoop to be precise, is a technology that helps you achieve data exchange capability. So it's not just that you are trying to handle the challenge of big data. Once you do an implementation of Apache Hadoop, it is future-proof and scalable to integrate seamlessly with the current existing technology model. Because it could be enterprise applications, it could be SQL databases, it could be CRM software, any kind of software. Apache Scoop helps you integrate with that. So this is the whole ecosystem. And last but not the least, Ambari is a software that helps you provision, manage, and monitor all your Hadoop clusters. Moving on, some more data about Hadoop distributed file system. We'll go more deeper into it before I get back to it. So data processing goes hand in hand with analytics. The current slide that you see on your screen, there are some use cases which talk about many industries how Hadoop is used. So when you process huge amount of data and what kind of analytics you do. So you could be handling data for click string personalization, basically a lot of clicks. Can you imagine the number of clicks that happen worldwide in a day? That's huge. That's big data. What kind of analytics can you receive? you could receive social networking analytics, you could receive content optimization analytics, you could try out and apply strategy around loyalty and promotions. So many financial transactions happen worldwide, and again, financial transactions, if you look as a whole, it's a big data characteristic. So you want to do fraud detection and analysis, then you could do that using big data. And DNA, I mean, a lot of work is happening in bioengineering and the whole genome mapping that will help us solve a lot of diseases, or help us identify a lot of new medicines, especially in genetic medicines. If you look at the whole data that comes out of genome industry, again, it is big data. So if you want to do DNA sequencing analysis, Apache Hadoop is the product. And I could give, go on and on. These are, a couple of examples that how we use big data for, advanced analytics. Just for the benefit of the whole crowd, remember that it's not enough to just handle big data or crunch big data or, query big data and get the results quickly. That has to be sold, or that needs a market value. Analytics, which earlier was the core domain of business warehousing or business intelligence domain, you can use that to feed into the data crunching that is provided by big data and help you achieve the analytics report or slice and dice capability that you would like. So we'll talk more about it as we go along. Okay, so we talked about the Hadoop ecosystem. I would still be open to questions on it, and if you guys during the demo want me to go back to the slide and answer questions, I will definitely go there. Let's talk about some of the roles that you can take up in big data. So we'll talk more about technology later, but just for the purpose of the demo, what are the different kinds of roles? If you can see the slide here, these are the roles that you can get in if you want to crack a job on big data. You could either become a data architect, system operator, you could look at analytics and become a data scientist, or you could be a business user, or you could be a customer, or you could be a developer. There are multiple basic purpose of this slide is to show you that Hadoop is at the heart of all this ecosystem. If you look, data being generated from logs, from files, if you're handling web data, if you're receiving data from our typical databases like data software, and you could be a system operator for handling the whole management and coordination and syncing up using Hadoop. You may not even know programming. You could be one of the data scientists or developers or analyst or a business user who could be actually programming or taking advantage of the results of big data and providing value addition support. Could be cloud computing, or could be for business intelligence analytics, could be for enterprise reporting. You could be one of the guys, for example, let's say, who helps Walmart analyze the whole big data concept and help them identify target customers, or help them identify how a particular product is being adopted, or what is the kind of feedback that's coming. Or you could be working for one of the social networking sites where you are analyzing big data, or helping them implement unique solutions that give them an edge in the market. Or you could be a customer. You never know. You could be logging in through a web application, which is actually powered by big data. So many roles. Again, I will answer more specific questions once the demo is over. So if anybody has questions, we can start on that. All right, jobs. That's where I think that this is the most important thing. We are all here for jobs. There are multiple job opportunities in big data. Starting 2013, it's a uptrend. You could be working for Yahoo, Facebook, eBay, Amazon, and plethora of small and medium enterprises which actually implement Hadoop. And in fact, there's a huge gap in the market currently for Hadoop. So these are some of the projections for Hadoop and NoSQL based data. This is data from 2012 and extrapolated to 2017. You can see the upward trend for Hadoop and how it's going on. These are some of the reports. As you all know, Gartner, McKinsey, CareerBuilder.com, and U.S. Bureau of Labor Stats, which keep an eye on market trends. According to Gartner, by 2015, there will be 4.4 million IT jobs purely catering to big data. Can you imagine that? 4.4 million IT jobs revolving around the whole big data ecosystem. And that is what we at ILT want to do. We want to help you bridge the gap and get that great job or make it big for yourself in big data. This report is not from me, not from ILT. This is from Gartner. Gartner is worldwide respected authority, and you could see close to 5 million jobs by 2015. It's not just starting in 2015 though. The trend is already picking up. By 2015, the gap in the market will be 5 million jobs. So you can understand that. According to McKinsey report, by 2018, US would be facing a shortage of close to 2 lakh employees just in US to help companies realize the potential of big data. This could be pre-sales, this could be marketing jobs, this could be technical architecture, this could be anything. A recent survey by Career Builder found that jobs that are revolving around managing and interpreting big data are the hottest areas for hiring, and this is as of the second half of 2013. We are in the last quarter of 2013. That's where you see the job trends are coming. Right now in the market, there are many jobs around. If you can help companies or their customers implement, manage, and interpret big data, this is the hottest area. Be it billing rate per hour, or be it cracking the job or making a move. According to U.S. Bureau of Labor, 24% increase of demand for professionals is foreseen with data analytics skill in the next 8 years. That is, a 25% rise with people specifically around big data analytics skill for the next 8 years. So the technology that you are trying to learn or you're interested to learn right now, it is future-proof, it is scalable, and your investment is worth it. If you invest your time and effort in learning big data and Hadoop technologies, not just us, it's just U.S. Bureau of Labor that assures you for the next decade you're riding the big wave of big data. All right, so that was some interesting facts from some of the worldwide respected, watchdogs. Now, next, moving on to training. This is the curriculum. I'll quickly go through the curriculum. We have 3 modules for big data. We have both normal track and fast track based projects. Do you want to complete, you want a 40-hour schedule, or you're just starting your career in IT and you're not aware of big data, then we have other tracks that help you achieve it. The whole point I'm trying to say is, if you want to do it really fast, we have fast track batches. If you want to do it in a normal fashion and you want to learn the basics and make them strong, we have both the batches. Irrespective of the batch, the modules that we are covering these are the modules. Let me quickly walk you guys through. So we'll cover introduction to big data and Hadoop, the challenges of processing big data, what technologies support big data, what is Hadoop. We'll do a thorough deep dive session, why Hadoop, history of Hadoop, use cases, and then we'll strengthen our basics on the whole Hadoop distributed file system and MapReduce. Second, we'll go deeper into Hadoop. We'll talk about the basics of Hadoop file system, nodes configuration, data flow, parallel copying, archiving, permissions and security, health of file system monitoring, rack awareness, daemon processes. MapReduce is more of coding intensive, where you'll be writing Java code for actually implementing the mappers and reducers of MapReduce algorithm. We'll be going into that, and as you can see on your screen, these are all the topics that are covered in Module 1. I just want to add it, probably I'll take questions. We're coming to the close of the demo. Each of these topics will be hands-on by our trainers who are subject matter experts in Hadoop. When you join our training curriculum, You would see a live hands-on implementation of the concept. You will also be given assignments so that you get your hands dirty and you understand uh, the implementation details. While this is happening, our trainers will be sharing insights into what happens in real world, how the implementation comes, what are the some of the do's and don'ts. And just to add on to a point, guys, it's picking up in 2013. As of now, we are seeing a lot of traction. Again, people who are implementing Hadoop, except for the rare few who are the elite class, most of the developers or most of the admin guys, they still don't know how to implement it. Okay, companies are actually starting to implement Hadoop or big data technologies as we speak right now. So it's a good time to get in because you will be on the forefront. So our training, as you can see, the detailed markup on module 1 will help you understand each and every concept. That will not only give you confidence, that will give you real-time expertise, that will help you not only crack the job interviews, but sustain and flourish in that particular job and achieve the goal of certification. I'll be talking about certification a little bit later, but this is the whole module 1. And then module 2, okay, where we're talking about other components of Hadoop ecosystem like Pig, Scoop, Hive, HBase, Oozy, Flume, Zookeeper, how to implement them. And as we go along each of these topics, you'll be seeing hands-on exercises, POC implementations, which are trainer-led. Again, the sessions will be recorded. You can watch it again. If you miss a class, it is in recording. You can, the trainer anyway, will be available to you to walk you through. So these are the modules we cover in module 2. And then in module 3, as you can see, we'll talk, as I spoke, we'll cover all the fundamentals of Hive, Zookeeper, Flume, and Use. By the end of module 1, module 2, and module 3, again, depends on your need. If you want a fast track batch, we have every week batch starting for fast track. If you want to do it in a normal track at at a pace you are comfortable with, we can customize that for you. But these will be the comprehensive models, irrespective of which batch you take, that will be covered. Of course, the number of hours per session or the intensity of the session would differ depending upon our time period. Now, talking to the next point, this is an interesting trend. It's not just limited to big data and Hadoop. It's related to any technology. Be it C, C++, Java, SQL, whenever a new technology comes, how do companies know that if they hire you, you're the right person to implement the new technology for them? Any developer who is certified obviously has an edge over other people in the job market. If your resume carries Hadoop certification provided by different vendors, definitely your hit ratio and resume shortlisting percentage goes up, because companies would rather hire a certified developer if given an option rather than a non-certified developer. We at ILT help you achieve your whole goal of certification. When you join our training curriculum, not only will we do the complete in-depth training on Hadoop, our training is catering to your certification needs as well. So while we go through each of the topics, our trainers who are Hadoop certified will help you focus on the key concepts that will help you crack the certification. So if you look for certification, there are two primary ways via which you can get certified. Some of the popular ones are from Hortonworks. Hortonworks is a group of people. These were actually Hadoop developers from Yahoo. Once Cutting moved out from Yahoo to Cloudera, the rest of the core team actually went and formed a new organization called Hortonworks. Again, amazing skill set, amazing people. Their certification is carrying a lot of weightage. So you could become a Hortonworks certified developer, or you could become a Hortonworks certified administrator. You can talk to our counselors or our trainers who will provide more inputs on the training certification. Earlier, the certification was for version 1. The current hottest certification in the market is version 2. Again, just to give you an insight, Hortonworks is considered the market leader in Apache Hadoop version 2 implementation. That's why you see most of the certification revolves around 2. Then we have Cloudera. Cloudera is again the #1 contender along with Hortonworks. Outside Yahoo, Google and all who implements Hadoop. Again, they have a lot of customized solutions. You can buy their products, or they also support training and certification activities. Very, very highly respected certification from Cloudera. Our training program would help you crack both Apache. I mean, if you want to go for a Hortonworks certification, or if you want to go for a Cloudera certification, be it as a developer or be it as an admin, our training program will cater to it. The whole purpose of talking about certification in this slide is the whole market needs professionals who can implement big data Hadoop technologies, but at the same time, how do you differentiate the best from the rest? That's where certification comes into play. I'll be very honest with you, certification does not guarantee, okay, it does not guarantee that you'll get a job, but certification will definitely open the doors for you, and based on your practice, your preparation, and your actual hands-on real-time implementation, it's very easy to crack the job. Guys, I've been in this industry for 10 years, close to 10 years. I can only tell you one thing. In IT world, we respect knowledge. That's the only barrier to entry. If you have the skill set, knowledge, and the communications of the right technology at the right time, you will get the right job with the right compensation. I'm sure a lot of you who are experienced folks out there would agree with me, and that's where this whole training is, catered up to. All right, some of the FAQs. I'm sure we are actually coming to the end of our demo presentation. Before you guys can ask questions, there are some of the commonly asked questions, which I'll try to answer, and then based on our time, I'll open the forum. So what are the prerequisites to learn Hadoop? To be honest, interest and passion. That's the only prerequisite to learn Hadoop. If you know Java, well and good. If you don't know Java, you come from a different technology background like SQL and all, no problem. You're not going to be doing hardcore core Java programming. The API is pretty transparent and feature intensive. All you need to know is the basics of object-oriented programming in Hadoop. So our training, if you have a problem, we can find the right batch where you would brush up your skills on OOPS programming, SQL basics, and then can start up with Hadoop. So what are the prerequisites to learn Hadoop? If you have a technology background, wow, you have a head start. If you do not have a technology problem, again, if you want to be a developer and admin, no problem. If you want a pre-sales guy, you just have to understand the technology stack and a little bit of programming knowledge, but you can crack the Hadoop job. Next question, these are some of the questions that students have come from previous batches that we have taken on Hadoop, and we have collected it so that we can answer for you. Can I learn Hadoop if I'm from non-IT background, or can I learn Hadoop if I do not know Linux Java? Absolutely no barrier to entry there. Hadoop is an ecosystem. As you saw on the slide, you could be a developer, you could be a data analyst, you could be a reporting guy, or you could be a pre-sales marketing guy. It doesn't matter. Having a non-IT background is definitely not a barrier or a blockage. Can I learn Hadoop if I do not know Linux and Java? Absolutely not. If you know Linux and Java, that is a head start, but that doesn't stop you. Our training is geared up to do a prep course. In case you are not from a Linux Java background, we will help you understand the minimum basic Linux and Java that is required for you to get started on Hadoop. How can I practice? There are multiple ways. You tell us what is the best suited need for you. Do you want a Hadoop installation on your local Windows, Mac, or Linux-based operating system, laptop and desktop? We can help you with that. Or would you prefer a cloud-based practice on Amazon EC2 or a Hortonworks sandbox or a Cloudera sandbox? We can help you with that. Our trainers are geared up to answer your needs, and you can tell your particular need, and we'll set up the Hadoop infrastructure as you need, and we can guide you with how you want to do it. How much time do I need to spend daily to perfect this? That's an interesting question. Depends upon what your need is. If you want to crack a job in the next 30 days or so, maybe spending 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours is not a harm. If you're free, you do not have a job, or you have enough time to spare, the more you practice, the better. So no right or wrong answer to this. Depends upon your need, how soon you want a job, and how quickly you want to crack it. So time is depending upon you. But again, our trainers and counselors are always available and will be more than happy to help you understand how much time, how you can plan your time, what are the things you need to focus on more to crack the jobs. What are the roles that I can look after completion of courses, which companies offer Hadoop and Big Data. We talked about during the training program. You can go in as a developer, you can go in as an admin, sysadmin guy, you could go in as a pre-sales marketing guy, you could go in as a technology architect or a data scientist, depending upon your skill base, current skill base, and where you want to be. Which companies offer Hadoop and Big Data? Plethora of companies. You don't have to believe me. You can do a Google search. You can check dice.com. I mean, the number of jobs on Hadoop and Big Data is not just Yahoo or Google or Amazon or Cloud Data. It's small and medium business enterprises. There's almost, all the companies need big data capability. What are the certifications available? We talked about it. Two of the popular certifications are Cloud Data and Hortonworks that are globally recognized. There are some other tertiary certifications, but my personal suggestion is either you go for Hortonworks or Cloud Data. What percentage of your students find jobs? Typically in the batches that we have taken, close to 75% of the people have found jobs. Again, the interesting trend with our students is those who have been in the batches have been very aggressive and proactive in asking the questions, did hands-on practice during live demonstrations, and followed our curriculum and handouts thoroughly. They were able to get the jobs quickly. Let me share a little secret with you. This is the right time to crack a job in Hadoop. Not just Hadoop, any technology when it comes new, the number of people who are skilled in that technology is very less. So when they take interviews, obviously they are not going to go too deep. Imagine a situation that you want to take an interview on Java. Java has been there for like close to 10-15 years now, or Oracle, close to 10-15 years. When you get on to an interview on Java, JE, or Oracle, the subject matter expert has already spent 10 years. And the number of questions and the complexity of questions that comes is going to be too high. With Hadoop, it's not going to remain easy. The doors are wide open right now because most of the people are still learning Hadoop, are trying to get a hands-on grip on it. So cracking a job is very easy. If you practice the lab handout manuals, if you follow our course curriculum, and if you put the right levels of passion, interest, and practice, definitely you can crack jobs. So these are some of the FAQs. So what's next? So you might have a lot of questions on how you can enroll for the course. When is the next batch starting? Do you have weekdays or weekend batches? I'm going to answer the questions. Our counselors and advisors are available. You can mail them, ping them right away. You can send emails, and we'll be following up with you with all the details of how to enroll for the course. So if you're interested, you can ping our organizers, counselors right away. Or if you want more details, we will send out emails and we'll be calling you guys to help you understand and all. Just help us. If you're interested, let us know right away so that we can take the action steps quickly. When is the next batch starting? We have batches starting every week. The frequency is weekly, so we have multiple batches. You let us know which week is comfortable for you, and we can do it. We have batches running right away, so the new batch is starting next week. You let us know, and we'll get you on. Do you have weekdays and weekend batch? Our batches are both weekdays and weekend. Some of our students who want to focus on weekend, so we do a longer hours weekend batch. Some of the students want to do daily weekday one, so where they want to focus every day. So we have batches of both kind. Yes, you tell us, you let us know which batch you want. How many students per batch? Usually, typically, we have 15 to 20 students per batch. We don't go more than that because we want to focus our attention on each and every student. So that's the size of the batch on an average. What is the duration of the course? Typically, the course duration is anywhere between 45 to 60 hours. Sometimes the course goes, it can fluctuate more or less depending upon the kind of questions that are asked or the kind of real-time implementation we are doing and the strength of the batch. But the average time is 45 hours to 60 hours. Will I get recorded classes, materials, and assignments? Yes, that's what we are special for. Every session of the trainer is recorded and given to you for free. Even the materials and assignments are free so that you can practice it. If you have missed some classes, if you want to refresh your memory, re-jog down the memory lane and understand the concept, all this you will have. Each material and assignment is very comprehensive, that talks about what have to be done. There will be certification-based notes, job-related interview questions. There will be actual theory and practical stuff, and the assignments will actually challenge you and test you on your knowledge that you learned in a particular class. When will I get access to practice? Again, tell me your need. Do you want your own silo running on site on your laptop? We can set it up for you, and you can, it's basically your vision will to practice it. Do you want a cloud-based sandbox setup that you can access from anywhere, anytime? If you have internet connection, we'll help you set up that as well. If you want any other customized solution for your particular need, let us know, and myself or our trainers or our counselors and career advisors will be more than happy to set up the right level of access for you guys. All right. So how do you contact us? I'm sure you have the details, but you have our email, instantlearning2013@gmail.com. You have our USA India numbers. If you are from US, you can use the US number. You have our India number if you want to talk. The Skype ID is Instant Learning 2013. We're also on Viber. You can see the number on the slide, 918-374074747. If you want to chat with us. If you want to touch base with us on Facebook and LinkedIn, it's Instant Learning 2013 at gmail.com, Facebook, and on LinkedIn. So if you want more details, we'll be more than happy to help you reach us, and we'll be reaching out to you based on the data that you have given. I can't say thank you right now. When I Sai, if you guys want to open the forum, you let me know so that I'll open the forum. I'm almost done. I can take a couple of questions, so let me know.
Yeah, Raj, this is Vinay here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thanks, Vinay.
Hey, so I think there are a series of questions on the chat. Maybe Vinay, Vijay or Pranay, you want to cover that?
Yeah, just repeat the question and I can answer.
Okay, let me take a shot at it. Hold on. One of the guy wants to know which one is a better way to set up my cloud. Which one would you recommend?
Yeah, it depends on your need. If you are only interested in doing, mastering Hadoop and MapReduce and get your core basics right, your own installation is perfect. But if you want to crunch data, you would have to integrate with the social networking side, maybe, find the free teams and all. If that's the case, generally your hardware, your laptop or hardware, capability or capacity to handle that kind of data. If you want to crunch data real time and be on the web, and you can actually interact with live data. If you want to practice hardcore programming with an Eclipse IDE and a plugin, yes, go for on-site, on-laptop installation. But if you want to crunch real-time data, go for a sandbox. Next question, Vinay, please.
Yeah, next one is from Gajendra Mathur. He's asking about the number. He has taken other courses from us in the past. He just wants to walk us through to architecture design. Maybe something you can do offline, or maybe send him a slide. He's asking to walk through the architecture design, but it's very fast, so you might want to take that offline with him.
Yeah, first of all, Ramesh, welcome back to our training. Thanks for trusting us with Hadoop. Yes, as you guys join, because the demo is only for 1 hour and I didn't want to hold all of you guys in, so that's why I'm not going in depth into the details. But you can come to the next session where we'll talk in depth as per our curriculum, and we can take you through a complete deep dive of Hadoop architecture. Next question, Vinay.
What is the expected hourly salary, especially in Bay Area?
Oh, okay. Right now, because it's a niche technology in market, depending on your skill set, prior experience, your salary could range anywhere between 150 USD dollars per hour to 300 to, I've seen some of the guys going even 350. But again, depends on your skill level, your prior experience. It could range anywhere between $150 to average around $300 per hour. But if you are an elite big data analyst scientist with certain other complementary skills, then you can even earn more. But that's a typical market range. Next question.
Okay. Question from Khader Sharif. How much do you guys charge for the session? Again, an administrative question. Maybe counselors can reach out to him via email.
Yeah, Kader, our counselors will reach out to you, or feel free to reach out to them. They will answer this question. Again, depends on fast track or custom track. We need to understand your need so that we can help you out. Next question, please.
Yeah, I think those are pretty much all the questions. Does anyone have any questions? If you do, please type in the chat box for the organizers. I can read it out. But I think those are all the questions that we in the chat right now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Rajni, one particular question we have here, one last one, Rajni. This is from Chaitanya Raghu. She says, I'm currently working with the BI reporting tools and learning new programming is again new, so I'm very low knowledge in coding. How important is coding with Hadoop?
Okay, yeah, typically if you're working, let's say in Java or C or C++, okay, you would definitely need to know all kinds of coding, whether it's array list, looping through it, concurrency, handling patterns and all. With Hadoop, you do not need to know the intrinsic basics of Java, JE or coding because you just need to know the basic programming, how to read data, how to put data, how to run loops, how to pass data to various methods. So you need to just know your OOPS concepts like classes, objects, public methods, how to pass parameters to the methods. That's all you need to know. Rest all is normal handling. It will not be coding intensive because the Hadoop APIs actually implement or do the heavy lifting for the developers. So you just call and execute the methods. It's very simple. I've seen guys in the past who do not have any coding experience pick up just the basic programming concepts and actually go ahead and write Hadoop implementation. So no problem at all. And if you want, our training is actually customizable to help your programming needs as well. So no worries at all. Yeah, thanks Pranay. Any more questions we have?
Hi Rajni, one more question. Raj Kundala has some questions. So what I'll do is I'll unmute him and I'll give access so that he can directly ask you.
Sure.
Hey Raj. Hi Raj. Hello.
Hey Raj, maybe you're on mute. Please ask.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go.
Yeah, just wanted to know how is the course split, like you said 45 to 65 hours. So if I'm taking weekend classes, is it 2 hours per Saturday, 2 hours per Sunday, or how is it like?
So generally if we go the fast track batches, 2 hours is not enough because our daily batch, the weekday batch is 2 hours actually. Okay. If you go through the fast track batch, that is Saturday and Sunday dedicated, the training would be anywhere between, again, depending upon all the students agreeing, but it will be definitely not less than 4 hours. 4 to 6 hours is the usual we do on weekends. So that way you can catch up to the whole week.
Oh, okay, it's 4 to 6 hours on Saturday and 4 to 6 hours on Sunday, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Raj. Yes. Open to questions.
And one more question from Rakesh to Rajni. It is one last question, Rajni. It is it the same course for all the?
I'm sorry, Pranay, you're breaking out. So the question I heard is
it the same course for all the roles?
No. This is the whole blanket course. If you are developers, when you look at our customized course curriculum, the emphasis is more on HDFS, MapReduce implementations, and scooping and using Fluming and Mahout implementations. If you are coming from an admin role, it is more revolving around rack space, node failures, logging capabilities, writing scripting using Pig and stuff like that. If you are coming from a data scientist analytics role, the emphasis is more on modules related to integrations, analytics, and reporting. So definitely the emphasis on certain components is more, depending upon whether you want to go for developer role or admin role or data scientist role. But just to help for the benefit of the whole crowd, if you are a developer, it always helps to know basic admin tasks. If you are an administrator or any other role, it always helps to know basic development tasks, or how these basic components do a handshake among each other. So knowing both the aspects is more important. Our course will help students to focus on their particular job needs. So we emphasize on certain components more depending upon which role they want to crack in. Yep. Next question.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of more questions coming in, but because of the time constraint, I will send it to you, Raj. So you can continue with the session.
Okay, so thanks a lot. I'm almost done here. Vinay, Pranay, Sai, you guys want to add anything here to the students in general?
Yeah, thanks, Raj. Thanks for a wonderful session. I hope everyone got what they want from this session. Just reiterate what Raj is saying. Big data is actually booming right now. I've been in industry for more than 10 years now. I was actually told by one of my seniors about one of the technologies which is growing when I was getting out of the school. I grabbed onto it. My career is totally 90 degrees high. It's going up even after 10 years in that field. I think big data is one of those technologies. I can see it in the industry right now, in the Bay Area, in the Chicago and New York areas. Right now it's just picking up. So thank you very much for attending, but think about this very carefully. This is the right time to enter big data. Reach out to us in the channels that are mentioned there, and our counselors and our organizers are always available for you. That's about it from my side here.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay. Yeah, just to reiterate the fact, this is our sales page. Guys, I mean, I know, thank you so much for bearing with us patiently. The whole purpose here is we are passionate about big data because we know this technology trend is not going to fail. And we have seen how the market improves and the kind of wave that is coming in. All we want to tell is if there's anything you want to take out of this training, or if you want to remember the one thing about this whole training is remember this. This is a technology trend that's not going to fail. This is a technology trend that is going to be adopted massively, whether you're a big scale company or a small company. This is the trend that is going to stay in for the next decade. You don't want to miss out on such a wave. Okay, so think about it and let us know, and please honor us by choosing us as your choice of platform or whatever, training partner, so that we can help build your careers. If you're interested, we can have further demo sessions. If you want demo sessions on more technical knowledge, or can you show me a system demo, can you do a proof of concept, let us know and we can set up a demo for you so that we can take it through. Right, Vinay?
Yes, Raj. Yeah, that sounds perfect. You see, that's our core value. Giving personalized experience to individuals is our core value. So please do reach out and ask any open questions, any follow-ups that you need. We are more than happy to help you guys.
All right. So thanks a lot, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed this session, and wish you all a very happy weekend. Right? Thanks a lot. This is it from ILT signing out. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.